Here we are in Pukekohe at Alvin Chisnall's place. Alright, so let's have a look at some of the marketing. New boat that Alvin's just brought. Got some fantastic marketing, direct response marketing here, so identifying the key target market. Are you thinking of renovating? Photos and pictures draw much more attention for people, particularly when you're driving. Make your phone number massive. And then we've got Alvin's lead gen magnet, the ultimate information pack. So this is probably one of the best examples of our clients of direct response van signage that I've seen, and Alvin generates anywhere from 2 to 3 leads per month from his van signage. New boat, new car, and Alvin's also got a new farm. Unfortunately the weather's a bit crap today, so we're not going to go and see that. Let's pop on inside and we'll get the interview underway. Hi there, Marty Amos back with another successful builder. We're here today, Builders Profitable Marketing. We're here with Alvin Chisnall from A&A Extensions out in the sunny city of Pukekohe. So Alvin, can you tell us a little bit about what your goals were when you first got into building and started your building company?
First goals when I first got into my building company is basically just to run a company and to obviously make a bit of a profit out of it. I really didn't have any more goals than that when I first started. That was purely it.
How long had you been building for before starting to think about the idea of getting some help to grow your company, and what prompted you to get help to grow your business?
I was probably building for 7 years. Started out of basically a little Mazda familiar hatchback with a bunch of tools in there. Doing little bathroom renovos, slowly building up to doing full house renovations and extensions, and that's when the recession seemed to hit. So then I took on more education work, but what I found out, it was purely price focused. You basically, the one who had the lowest tender, regardless of how good or bad your work was, you got the job, and then you just had to make it work. So
right,
that in itself brought its own challenges.
Okay. So what were some of the strategies that you worked on, and what worked well and what was hard to implement?
Well, before I started with Marty, I didn't really have any strategies at all. It was basically working job by job, basically day by day, and then hoping there was a bit of cash at the end of it.
And what challenges or what stress did that create, if any?
Plenty of challenges and plenty of stress. Cash flow was always a problem. Felt I never really was getting ahead. I'd start building up a crew of a few more staff, and then that brought a whole lot more challenges as well, and then trimming it down and then trying to build it up again, but feeling I was never really making any headway.
Right, okay. And so what have been the key things that you've implemented that have significantly helped your business?
Probably the biggest one was a sales process. It's just been a huge game changer for us. And then the sales process coming in brought in a whole lot more work, so then it was basically, as we saw there was a bit of a bottleneck in the company, that then we implemented a new system in order to open that up again, and then it was sort of like an ongoing process of just keep implementing systems until the whole lot was streamlined and free flowing.
Right, so having a look at, okay, what's working well, what's not working well. Hey, if you're getting plenty of leads but they're not converting, okay, let's look at that. If you're not getting enough leads, work on your online marketing. If you're getting plenty of leads and plenty of work but you're not making enough profit, then look at how you're pricing the job, how you're controlling the job on the way through, understanding your numbers.
Yeah, absolutely, and, all of the above. Yeah.
In your case, getting a fantastic deposit up front. Can you talk a little bit about the numbers and what numbers are most important to understand as a builder?
Yes, well, the numbers for us, like as you mentioned, the deposit, we get a minimum of 25%, and we try to go for 33%, awesome. Which we generally do get, and that means cash flow is never a problem throughout the whole job. We're pretty much on cash positive right until the final. Awesome. And then the numbers too, doing the back costings, previous jobs, to see where the profits lie, how much the profits are, find out where we didn't make anything on, or possibly even lost something on in a certain individual areas, and so therefore making sure that in the next job that we've got those areas covered.
Okay. And do you break that down by stage, or do you use a program to do this, or do you use an Excel spreadsheet? How specifically do you do your back costing, both at the end and on the way through?
Okay, yeah. The way that I've found, I haven't really been trained in quoting by anyone really. It's just taking it up as we go. So it's all on the Excel spreadsheet. The way we do it is a job's broken down to each sub-trade and the area. They put in a fixed price for their part of the extension, and we put in the labour rate, or now that we've gone to contractors, we use a contractor's labour rate. I put my margins on top, and also a contingency on top, and that's what we present to the client as a fixed price.
Okay. And by contingency, do you mean like a provision? Should there be some part of the build that you're not 100% sure on what it's going to take?
Well, what I've found is when we do it the way that I do it by breaking down my sub-trades, there's always one little area that might come out that I may have missed.
Sure.
And so therefore I just put, depending on the size and complexity of the job, something between 5 and 15,000, just to make sure that if I have missed something, I haven't lost out cash-wise.
Okay, cool. And what have been your 3 biggest lessons in growing your company over the last 5 years?
3 biggest would be you're never going to grow your company unless you know how to advertise, and don't be afraid of doing something a bit different to everyone else out there. Get your name out there.
What do you mean by that? Can you give us any examples?
Examples are, well, firstly, before I started with Marty, I didn't know anything about Google AdWords, and although a lot of people, and it seems like a lot of builders do know about Google AdWords, it was something that was new to me.
Yep.
And also we work a lot on family. We work a lot for families, so when people see that I'm a family man myself,
right,
got my own children, I can sort of think on the same line as they do, and we can sort of advertise that, or just bring that in so that people know the benefits of working with someone like myself.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing, is finding a niche that you have a good affinity or good connection with.
Absolutely, yes.
So what would you do differently if you were starting your building company again? So let's say you're back 10 years, what would you do differently?
I would probably bring a coach like Marty in straight away, someone who's a lot of experience through talking to other builders and other building companies, and bringing a whole lot of different marketing strategies in, and then just basically systemising the business right from start to finish. Yeah. Things that I never ever thought of when I first started. I didn't even know they existed, to be honest.
And that's all a building company really is a bunch of systems: a marketing system to get the leads in, the sales system to qualify the buyers out, an operations system to do the work right, office systems, on-site systems, and then systems to understand your numbers. So where are you now? How many guys you got? What sort of, how many jobs are you running at the moment? And where do you want to take your company in the future?
Yeah, well, at the moment, to be honest, I'm pretty comfortable how our company is right at the moment. I mean, I could build it up more, but I'm actually really happy. I've actually only got 1 permanent staff member, and the rest is all contracted out. So there's myself and Alex in the office. He's helping with the marketing and systems coordination. He's now helping with the pricing process, and bit by bit we're training him on each of the areas, which, I mean, he comes back from university from a marketing background, and it's about with the systems and me training him. We're getting him to basically have all the knowledge of a builder with 17 years experience. Awesome.
Originally, in your business, you were running 3-4 jobs, and they were, that was quite time consuming. There was a lot of running around and so forth. Yet now I understand you've just been doing 7 jobs at the same time. How have you found that transition? What's helped?
Yeah, well, actually before I started, we were only really running 1. I did try running 3 jobs, and to be honest, I made a bit of a hash of it. My quality control sort of was fairly lax at the time. I was trying to be everywhere at once, and it obviously wasn't working. And that was another real reason why I come on with Marty, is to systemise that area as well. And yes, now we've been running 7 jobs at once, and although I do admit being pretty busy, but we have had it fully under control. Tabs on the guys on site, the quality control, we knew the numbers, key areas, and we were making sure that our clients were really getting a top outcome at the end of it, which we were proud of.
Awesome, mate, that's awesome. And what would you say to anyone who's considering getting some help to grow their company?
Just don't hesitate. You need to do it. I've been there, done that. Wish I'd done it 10 years ago, but now I have done it, loving it. Opens up a lot more free time for myself. As I say, I can run 7 companies successfully. 7 jobs successfully now, and really loving it again. I mean, before I come on to Māori, I was swinging the hammer, trying to run the jobs at the same time, and it was getting quite a drag. But now I'm really loving it. New enthusiasm in the company, and
Awesome.
it's going great, guns.
Awesome. And I noticed a few toys and a few recent purchases, not just out in the driveway, but you bought a farm. Can you tell us a little bit about the impacts that it had on the family and what you've been able to do?
Yeah, well, ever since I left the farm, I was brought up on 300 acres with my family, and I thought it was a great environment for children to grow up in. I mean, I loved it, out in nature and animals, and have your little toys, motorbikes and whatnot. And so that was my goal, really, was building up and to have my own farm. So I've got just over 18 acres, and we've now cut the house site ready for our own house. So, and yeah, we're loving it. It's really looking forward to getting out there and taking the kids out, and I'm sure they'll enjoy it too.
I saw a big boat out in the driveway, and a new car as well.
Yeah, some of the sidelines, I guess, from running a company that seems to work.
Yeah, making too much money back. Alvin, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you,
Same
mate.
goes,
Seeing your
buddy.
company grow. You rock, and I look forward to your continued success, mate.
Great, thanks for that, Marty.
You're
Good work.
Is this a bit close? Does this seem like we're a little bit friendly here?
It makes me feel a bit uncomfortable with that other bloke, but